Hello and welcome. My name is Chris Bateman. I am a game designer and narrative designer, and I've been making games for so long that I don't really remember what it's like to not be making video games. And I'm here today to show you this special Let's Play video of the demo for Silk. Silk is a new game that my team here is making. It is my tribute to the late Mike Singleton, and particularly his classic 1984 game, The Lords of Midnight. And this is the Kickstarter demo of the game that is available now on Kickstarter, unsurprisingly. And I'd like to show you a little bit about how the game works. So let's begin a new game. And the first thing it asks us to do is to choose our destiny. So, Destiny 1, the Traveller. He or she has come from Roman territory, is looking to travel all the way to the Han Empire, which is China, in 200 AD. Or there is a disgraced Parthian general. He needs to amass a war chest of 1,000 silver. That will actually be much more difficult than that sounds with the demo. I think that would be... yeah, that could be very difficult to achieve. Or the Warlord, the third destiny, looking to prove himself by gathering 20 horses and 500 guards. That's listed as hard difficulty. Yeah, well, feeding 500 guards would be extremely difficult. But other than that, I'm not too worried about that one. Or the Noble here, the fourth destiny, that he or she is fleeing Three Kingdoms China. And is looking to build a trade empire with at least 2,000 goods. I guess any goods goes there, so we could get lots of cheap goods like wool. But I think I am going to pick the third destiny, the Warlord, and that's partly because the portrait for the Warlord at the moment is my personal advisor portrait. In the Kickstarter, you can back the project and have our artist Becky make one of the advisor portraits in the game based on you, and this is mine. This is what I would look like as a Kushan warrior, and I'm rather happy with the way that it looks. In the finished game, you have a choice of portrait this level, but we only have 10 portraits at the moment. It's one of the reasons we need the money from the Kickstarter, is to get all the missing portraits. So I have to have the same portrait, but I have a choice of four different characters. So you can use 1, 2, 3 and 4 on your PC to select between them. So this first one, number 1, Vyasa, is a spirited Kushan warrior from Gandhara. Excellent battle skills, fair with rituals, good with trade. Good with trade, it's quite tempting actually. Or Vaishampayana, a bold Kushan warrior from Sogdia. I'm sorry, I don't like Sogdians, so I'm going to pass him over. Vima Taktu, vigilant Kushan warrior from Fergana with excellent battle skills, fair with animals and fair at Wayfare. Quite tempting to start with a little bit of Wayfare, that could come in handy. Or Nala, worldly Kushan warrior from Bactria with excellent battle skills, fair with trade and fair at Wayfare. Well, Bactria is also good. Bactria is where Alexander the Great built a variety of cities when his veterans were not in good enough nick to get all the way back to Greece. But I think today I'm going to go with Vima Taktu, this vigilant Kushan warrior from Fergana. It pleases me, and this mix of animals and Wayfare skills appeals to me as well. So now I get to pick a companion for the hero, and who have we got? Mayasura here is a resolute Kushan pathfinder from Pamir. Very tempted to start with a guide, but let's look at the other options. Number 2, this is Kara, an intrepid Parthian drover from Babylonia, and that portrait there, that is Patrick, our producer here at iHobo Games. He's fair at battle, fair at rituals, fair at Wayfare. Good ranger skills, but they're not very good. And Mayasura here has a personal advisor portrait, that is Nathan, our programmer. And he is here putting his face to a sensible Kushan trader from Gandhara with excellent trade skills, fair with animals and fair with rituals. And in number 4 here, that is the personal advisor portrait of Becky, the artist who made these lovely portraits. And here the character is Quilan, an intrepid nomad shaman from Bactria with very good ritual skills, as well as being fair with animals and good at Wayfare. That is actually very tempting. But I think at this time I'm going to take Mayasura, the sensible Kushan trader. So let's add him to the party. And here we are. We are overlooking the Citadel of Chach. I shall just move us forward into the Caravanserai. Just across the way from the Caravanserai here, you can see the Citadel of Chach itself. Let's go have a visit.
The heavily fortified Citadel of Chach stood near the fertile Fergana Valley, overlooking the Great Lake of Adar.
That voice sounded familiar. Yes, as you enter the major settlements and some of the shrines, you will hear a voice of a narrator, which I've currently provided to the game. So they have spices here, and silver, oxen, horses, camels, and a cattle market. Right, so I'll push down, and that cuts straight to the inventory. So I've had to start the build again because sadly it crashed last time. So I've got a slightly different party, but I've got 2 horses and 1 camel. I've got 75 spices. I doubt anyone wants to trade spices for silver here. Let's have a look. If I offer to go for silver, our merchant says there are enough silver mines in the Kushan Empire to supply the towns, but not so many they do not desire more. Okay, he's not interested in this. I do like the coins the Kushan make. They have so many interesting things upon them. Here we go. We should not trade spices for silver in the Kushan Empire. That's entirely the wrong deal to strike. So they will not trade for silver here with the spices. If we had a different good, they might be interested. No point trading spices for spices. So we're not doing any trading in Citadel of Chach. Now, if I go to the cattle market, they won't let me sell the camel because then somebody wouldn't have a ride. So let's see if I can pick up a horse. We should trade a camel for 2 horses. That's an excellent trade. Oh, I tell you what, I'm quite tempted to do that. Give me a camel over a horse. I don't see what all the fuss is about. No, I want 2 horses, please. Okay, so... Oh, there's a wolf over there. I'd rather avoid that. Okay. Oh, look. There's a wild horse there. Are we going to be able to catch it? Right, let me come out of the Citadel. The wolf over there as well. Got good animals, good wayfare. Our guy Mithrafan has a good chance of catching that horse, and it's boxed in the mountains, so I'm going to have a go at doing it, because a horse is worth a lot. The trouble is, the horse will run away from us. But I'm hoping that we can box it in this little forest here. Yeah. It is ours. Oh. Little jink at the end there. Right. Now, can we catch the damn thing? Should we really be chasing these horses in such mountainous terrain? I fear an ambush. Oh, you're too paranoid. It lifts my soul to see horses amidst the trees. That's fine. It might be hard to pursue these horses amidst the trees. Are you telling me you won't do it? Let's find out. No, didn't pull it off. Oh, and now there's a wolf blocking our way on the way back. Okay, right. It's late though. Look, that sky's pretty dark. I reckon let's hide out in the trees here. And we'll camp the night here. So this is the camping screen. At the end of the day, you've got options for camping. So the warlord is saying if you camp on higher ground, it'll be easy to defend ourselves should we attack this night. Paranoid, but prudent. The sound of cicada in the trees is like music. Well, I'm glad you're happy. The woods around here offer good hunting grounds. Let's see what I can catch for our meal. That is a great idea there. So, we lost 3 provisions because we had to feed 3 people. But we gained 6 provisions from hunting. So, this was not a loss. Right, I'm going to try and slip by this wolf without it catching us. Okay. So far, so good. Let's have a look back and see where the wolf is. Oh, I think the wolf is pursuing us. But we were all horses, so I reckon we can outrun it. Let's see. Oh, is this river going to block our path? Oh, no. I can cut across the shallows there. We have done it. Right. Oh, that's the end of that day. We must groom the horses tonight, remove the mud before it sets hard and fast. Oh, it's nice you're interested. Yeah, he also wants to groom the horses. Let's eat later, give us time to catch fresh fish from me and perhaps take some with us. Ooh, so we could fish to get supplies or clean the horses. Can't help but want the food. Sorry, horses. Yeah, okay, the fishing fed us for that night. Let's take a look at this temple. Now, this is a Greek acropolis, but this region was occupied.
Dedicated to the celestial horses of the Fergana Valley, this temple of Helios was one of very few that sacrificed horses to honour the gods.
Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think I'm sacrificing one of my horses. We should consider sacrificing a horse. No, I don't think so. Bye-bye. Nice to meet you. I'll keep my horses. Thank you very much. Right, let's head into the Fergana Valley here. Should we hire someone? Should we go and see if there's probably nothing new to trade here. Yeah, let's go into the Caravanserai. So, a warrior. Probably don't need another warrior yet. We've already got a guide. No. Okay, don't need provisions. But what have we got at the moment? 63 provisions. Oh, yeah, we made a gain on that last trip from Chach. That's rather good. Okay. I don't think we need guards in Fergana. It shouldn't be particularly rocky here. Oh, look. There's a herm. So this is a cairn, a set of rocks. To honour the god Hermes, who's the lord of travel. Never hurts to honour a god of travel, trade or herds. If someone knows the right for this cairn, we should follow it. Yes, let's add a stone to this cairn. We can rest and gain some small favour from the divine messenger. Near the water should be plenty of stones suitable for adding to this herm. Yeah, okay. Caravan spirits were slightly raised. How are we doing? Let's have a look. Push back after entering the overlay with space. It says the caravan is contented. That pleases me. Right, let's take a look at... Oh, that's the end of that day. So, groom the horses. I'll tell you what, since I didn't groom the horses yesterday, let's do it today. Caravan spirit was slightly raised. Okay, it's good to keep the caravan spirit up. Gets a lot tougher to succeed in skill checks if everybody gets gloomy, which is understandable. So where are we?
Khavakand lay between the citadels of Aksi and Khujand and benefited from the passage of many caravans upon its road.
Okay. We don't really have much here. They've got horses and goats. We could get some goats, I suppose. There is a market town near here. Let's have a look at the goats. So, it's hard to care about getting goats. I hear you. I do hear you. Goats feed themselves as long as there's grazing land, and we can get good milk from them most days. We should consider trading for some. Yeah, that's what the guide thinks. No. See, the thing is, no, our trader is not interested. He's not interested in the goats. Not giving us an option. So, no goats for us, I'm afraid. Okay. I wonder why the trader isn't interested in them. Maybe he just doesn't like goats. Or maybe it's because we don't have a drover in the party. If we had a drover, they're the ones who look after the animals. They might be the ones who would be interested in trading for the goats. The merchants tend to look on the goats and sheep as really a little bit beneath their contempt. Right, where's this? There's a lot of towns in Fergana. It's probably the most heavily populated part of the world of the 200 AD Silk Road.
The quiet village of Margilan was home to many sheep herders and often had wool for sale in its bazaar.
Wool. I don't know if we want wool. Let's see what our party thinks. And as my father says, never enough sheep and never enough wool. It's odd to trade spices for wool in Kashgar, but it's certainly not unheard of. There are sheep herders in Kashgar, but the need for wool is such there's never enough to go round. I tell you what, let's get some wool. Let's do it. So, I could trade 10 spices for 22 wool. Okay. God, you get quite a lot of wool here. Not sure how much we should be getting. So, let's go for 10. Let's trade 10 spices for 22 wool. I'm just hedging my bets here. Press return. There we go. Oh, look, the reputation of the caravan amongst the Kashan was raised. That's because we were trading with them, and one of the ways you can make friends with people is to trade with them. It's a little bit more effective to go and do the rituals in the shrines, and I'm sure they would have been very chuffed if we'd sacrificed one of our horses. But sorry, I'm not giving up a horse to a Helios today. I'll have to have a lot of horses before any god gets a blood sacrifice of a horse from me. We should be safe from attacks next to this town, but I recommend keeping watch all the same. I'm sure you do. Little harm should come from us if we camp this close to other folks' dwellings. It does not mean we will be welcomed here. There's a beauty of the mountain. There's no way I'm leaving the safety of our camp. Okay. Yeah, go on. Let's just keep a watch. Caravan spirit was slightly raised. Okay, that seemed like a good call. What have we got here?
The prosperous town of Andijan lay at the crossroads of several major routes through the Fergana Valley.
Yeah, goats and sheep. We don't have a drover, so I'm not going to mess around with the sheep. Oh, look, there is an ancestral shrine, or ovu. Oh, look at that. Yes. That's a very striking fortress. Let's see if there's anyone useful in the Caravanserai. No soldier. Don't need a soldier. Don't need a trader yet. No. Lots of soldiers here. Lots of Han soldiers. Let's go and have a look at Osh.
At the gates to the Taldic Pass stood Osh Fortress, a bastion defending the Fergana Valley from the Han, who eyed the wonderful horses of the region jealously.
Yeah, they're not the only ones eyeing these wonderful horses jealously. Oh, they've got some silk here. Can we get any silk? Kushan Emperor is overflowing with spices. It makes no sense to trade them for silk here. Right, okay, because we're still in Kushan, the spices are worth nothing. Kushan Emperor is close to the hand. Silk is relatively inexpensive here. They have fine silk here, but I guess it wasn't made in these parts. I don't particularly want to ask the merchants about it. Yeah, okay. We don't have the right goods to trade for silk, it seems. What about the silver? What do they reckon about the silver now? We've got wool. In the bazaars of Kushan, we should trade our wool for spices, not silver. Yeah, okay. Nobody is keen on these trades. We will need to get a little bit further away. So, let's cross from Osh Fortress into the Taldic Pass. Here we are in a mountain pass on the edge of the Pamir Mountains. This is Pamir Valley, I think. Oh, jeez, there are 2 bandits in the valley. Don't have any guards. Okay, we've got... How much spices have we got? We've got 65 spices. I reckon we can bribe them. But tell you what, let's not go through this pass without stopping at this ancestral shrine. I'm all for honour our elders, but none of my ancestors come from around here. Right. Oh dear. Yeah, because the game crashed, I lost that nice rite giver that we had, so I've got no one who can perform the rite at this place. That bandit's coming for us. Well, let's accept our fate. Yeah, okay. We cannot hope to win here. Pull back where you can. I should defend your retreat. That's because we don't have any guards. They outnumber us. Hopefully we might satisfy these rogues with the bribe of a single spice jar. That is very tempting. I shall begin planning our escape should the tide of battle turn against us. That is not encouraging. Go on, let's bribe them with a spice jar. Yeah, but nobody's happy about having to give up a spice jar. Seriously, guys, we could have had our asses handed to us. This is much nicer. These open lands allow us to spot by energy graces. Let's put out our fire after sunset just in case. That's probably not a bad idea. Well, it's nice that you're reminded of home. I really would like to get past that bandit without having to pay another bribe. Let's put the fire out. Oh, everyone's unhappy. Nobody likes spending the night without a fire. It is cold up in these mountains. Right. There's no way we're sneaking past this guard, is there? There's just no way. That bandit is hanging around the... I tell you what, no, never mind the ancestral shrine. It's not like we can do anything at it. Not without a right give. Oh my goodness, there's a 3rd bandit in the pass. Oh no. They haven't spotted us. Oh look, they're having a cup of tea together. How lovely. How nice to be a bandit in the Pamir Mountains. They spotted us. They have. Alright. Hello. Oh, that was interesting. You are coming to meet us though, aren't you? It's like it's a lovely story. The storm disturbs the horses. Alright, all the time. The storm goes to the great western caravan. Let's lash them down the roots. It's our best hope not to lose supplies for goods. Not to lose supplies for goods. Angraman used violence for fearful to the cold. I'm sure he is, but that is not an helpful man. Merchant is the best idea here. Oh yeah, look at that. As well as feeding the 3 people, we lost 3 supplies. We'd have probably lost even more if we hadn't lashed it down. It's the following morning and the bandits are waiting to meet us. Hello, bandits. Come on, then. Yes, okay. We haven't got no guards, so we're not fighting them. Yeah, but we can bribe them. Yeah, but people are not happy. How are we doing? Oh dear, the caravan is quite forlorn. Oh geez, it's going to get harder to succeed at skill test. Nobody's very happy. Right, can we run away from those bandits? Let's have a go. Has he spotted us? I don't know if he's following us. Okay. Now, certainly you can turn around by pushing back on the arrow keys. You can just pull down and it will flip you round. It's a good way of looking behind you. I think we're going to outrun them. I don't think they've got any horses, so we are going faster than them. So we are going to make it. We're going to make it. Oh, but not before nightfall. Yes. Oh, yeah. Let's keep watch. There is a bandit out there after all. Oh, slightly raised. Everyone's a little bit happy about the decision to do that. Where are we?
The Romans called Juandu the Hormatorium, or merchant station, and it served to raise taxes for the Khan from the many travellers who crossed the Pamir Valley Pass.
Yes. Well, fortunately, they're not going to tax us today, but we're in Han territory now, right? So we could buy some silk. Is there any fabric more beautiful than Han silk? With this much wool, I can acquire fine silk, a perfect trade. Seek to make silk a closely guarded in the lands of ancestors, but people everywhere treasure this beautiful fabric, don't they just? Right, ooh, yeah, let's do it. Let's get some wool. Right, they've got 35 in stock. How much wool? Oh, geez, we're going to end up, yeah, we can only get 6 with all of our wool. I tell you what, tempting as I am to buy the wool, I happen to know that this merchant station that's mentioned by a number of historians in ancient Rome, this is on the path to Kashgar. I reckon let's press escape to cancel that trade and let us say goodbye to that bandit and head on down the pass, because I reckon we will get a better price for silk in Kashgar, assuming we can get there in one piece. What are we doing for supplies? Again, I'm pushing down on the pad to go straight to the inventory. We've got 45. We're absolutely fine. Oh, but now I've got turned around. So I'm not sure which way we're facing, but you can see the directions on the bottom of the overlay with space. So that's north, that's northeast, that's east. So we want to be going eastwards because we're heading for Kashgar. Oh, look, there's another of those ancestral shrines, but I'm pretty sure nobody knows what to do with it. Yes, it's a real shame. We've got nobody who knows rituals. Rituals fair. Not enough, is it? He knows a little bit. Just enough to get us in trouble. Is that east or west? That's west. So back turns us round. We'll keep on the path towards Kashgar. God, it's a long pass. It's a long way to the deserts of Taklamakan. Okay. What happens if we take this one? Others cursing on, they remind me of home. Oh yeah, he's going to tell people stories of his homeland, and that cheers people up around the campfire. That's excellent news. That's very good news. Right, let's see what's at the end of the pass. Here we are. Yes, look at that. Kashgar. Citadel of Kashgar. And let us hope there is cheap silk in there. Look, there's a Buddhist stupa here as well. Very cool. Very cool. I wonder... Does our has got our rituals? Yeah. Does our trader know enough about rituals to get anything out of these Buddhists? We've got to spend the night. So that watches. We should have enough. I've inventoried the supplies. We should have enough to last another 2 weeks. I fear the night, but I rest easier knowing we have a fire behind it. Let's fortify the encampment. Yeah, that's got to be the best play. Oh look, there's a wild camel out there. Ooh, geez, no, I don't really want to go after that. Not now. We're at Kashgar. We should get some silk. Right, let's drop into this Buddhist stupa. The wisdom of the Buddha is admired throughout my homeland. I can't help but be suspicious of those who give away without expectation. Okay, guess we're not taking part in any Buddhist rites today. Never mind. Some other time, Buddhist monks, some other time. Anybody good in the Caravanserai? Let's have a look. Oh, look, caravan is unsettled. We're in a bad way. We could really use a right giver. We could seriously use a right giver. Herder. God. Animals excellent, battle good. Oh, I tell you what, that is a badass herder. That's the personal advisor portrait of Jamie, our landscape artist, and Animal's excellent, battle good. He kicks ass. I will have him. Yes, please. As long as my party will let him have him. As long as we have animals, we ought to have someone who can take care of them. They seem to be good with animals. That could be helpful. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Chujier was hired. Excellent stuff. Right, let's take our new herder all the way next door to Kashgar.
The mighty citadel of Kashgar lay at the edge of the Karim Basin and had grown rich with the passage of many caravans through the nearby passes to the west.
Excellent. Kashgar, right on the edge of Han territory, 200 AD, and I'm hoping it will let us get some silk here. With this much okay. I dread to think what would happen if my people's gift of silk would learn by those of other hands. We would not need to visit you. That's what would happen. With this much wool, I can acquire fine silk, a perfect trade. Well, I rather fancy that. Right, so we were able to get 6 before. But here we can trade 22 wool for 9 silk. I know that doesn't sound like much, but that silk is hot stuff. We will be able to sell that everywhere else for a really, really tidy profit. So I'm doing that. I'm trading that wool for silk. That is a good trade. And the reputation of the caravan amongst the Han was raised, which will eventually make it cheaper for us to acquire goods here. Right, that is all I'm going to show you today. I hope you've enjoyed my little journey from the Citadel of Chach in the Kushan Empire to Kashgar on the edge of the Taklamakan Desert. If you are interested in playing this demo, then please find the Silk Kickstarter. You can search for #SilkGame on Twitter. You can go to Kickstarter and search for Silk, and you will hopefully find the Kickstarter. We would love for you to play the demo. We would love to know what you make of the demo, and we would also love for you to back this game so we can finish it to the standard that we would like. I hope you have as much fun playing Silk as we do, and I hope to see you in the Kickstarter in the future.